Hi, guys. Welcome to the second season of the Festival of Storytellers, featuring Diana Grippo, author of the book Bipolar Chronicles. Before Diana introduced herself, by the way, guys, we are live in Readers Magnet Facebook page and at the same time in YouTube. 31 days to go, guys, and we're going to celebrate the Festival of Storytellers. This time around, let's all welcome the author of the book Bipolar Chronicles, Diana Grippo. Welcome to
Hello.
the show.
Thank
Hi.
you. It's great
Can
to
you
be
tell
here.
us, thank you very much. Can you tell us more about yourself and your book, Diana?
Sure. I work at Apple and I've been
Mm-hmm.
there 9 years, and I am bipolar. And basically, I wrote the book about my experiences with the ups
Mm-hmm.
and downs of bipolar disorder in the hopes of giving people with mental illness and their families some hope that there's a way to healing.
Right. This is a very interesting book to start, Diana. It's not just about focusing and highlighting the society's number one problem, but at the same time, this is your personal experience. Can you tell us more about the book?
Right. Well, it's very vivid. It goes into detail. And so a lot of the time I'm in the sort of a manic state. And so the judgment is impaired. And it's kind of telling how that happens when people are in a manic state. Their
Mm-hmm.
judgment is impaired. And so I describe that in detail and go through the ups and downs of my experiences and hospitalizations um, and my healing process.
Okay, well, we're talking about the bipolar disorder in totality. If you don't mind me asking, Diana, when was the last manic episode you've had?
It was actually about a year ago I had a manic episode. And
Mm-hmm.
we were doing some training for work, and I had to wake up really early, um, 5 days in a row, and I couldn't get to sleep soon enough. Sometimes people with mental illness have different
Mm-hmm.
circadian rhythms, and it's hard to go to sleep before a certain hour and hard to wake up before a certain hour. And that's the case with me. And I got sleep deprived, and sleep deprivation is a no-no for people with mental illness. And so
Right.
I had a manic episode, and I was hospitalized. And since I work for Apple, I was able to take a paid leave and
Mm-hmm.
get stable in hospital and come back to work. Bless Apple.
Wow. Well, it's one of a great experience for you to have also a work who's very supportive and who understands your situation. Now, this disorder of yours have been in for 34 years, right?
Right,
How
right.
does it feel like waking up each morning and have to feel this experience, Diana?
Well, it's a challenge, and
Mm-hmm.
I struggle with depression. Uh, that happens after a manic episode, and
Mm-hmm.
it can linger for quite a long time. And so I'm always giving myself positive affirmations and trying to
Mm-hmm.
think positive thoughts and try and, keep myself out of a depression. But the manic episodes are characterized by a decreased need for sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You're wired, and you tend to give away or spend a lot of money. You often engage in self-destructive behavior, such as substance
Right.
abuse. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the substance abuse can eclipse the illness, which is really sad because then people are never properly diagnosed.
Okay, well, apart from those experiences you've had on a daily basis, Diana, can you tell us what are the symptoms of this bipolar disorder for everybody to
Sure.
know? Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah. As I mentioned, you have a decreased need for sleep. You're
Mm-hmm.
wired. You often spend or give away a lot of money, and you engage in self-destructive behavior, and your judgment is impaired. You have very little impulse control when you're manic.
I see, I see. That must be very hard. Now, let's talk about your book, Diana. Apart from you sharing your story, this is also for you to help others with the same situation like you. Can you tell
Yeah.
us more? Can you tell us what makes the book very special and a self-help for others?
Well, it describes in detail my experiences and my
Mm-hmm.
path to healing. And I have three major coping mechanisms to deal with
Mm-hmm.
depression. One is a spiritual path, one is music therapy, and one is what's called dialectical behavior therapy, which deals with things like mindfulness and opposite action, things like exercising when you feel like lying in bed or reaching out when you feel like isolating. And it was developed by Marsha Linehan. And I would really encourage people to buy one of Marsha Linehan's books on dialectical behavior therapy.
Right. Well, apart from those activities, Diana, I think what makes you really vibrant today is because your family's support and
Right,
your love for yourself, right?
right.
Now, yes. So, what are the points of your book that can persuade people to read it?
Well, it's very vivid. So it's, I mean, I wrote it, so of course I think it's interesting, but I've heard from other people that they find it very interesting and informative in
Mhm.
what it's like to go through a mental illness, and that there's a path to healing. And so it's a source of hope for people.
Right. That's
Yeah.
very thoughtful of you, Diana. Now, how would you like your readers to feel if they read your book?
I want them to feel full of hope that there's a path to healing, that they can be treated. I do feel that it's necessary in many cases to be on medication, and
Mm-hmm.
therapy is very helpful. So there are some things you need to do, but there's a path to healing and you can get better.
And it's a process, Diana.
It's a process, yes.
Right, right. Sometimes people tend to misjudge themselves because they have the situation, but sometimes you really have to understand that it takes a lot of process for us to heal and cope up. Right?
Right,
Can you
right.
show us your book, Diana?
Oh, yes. Hold on 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Right. Okay. Well, that's so nice. Now, Diana, where can we find your book?
It's available on Amazon.
Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Please tell us about your website too.
Oh, the website is for people suffering from mental illness, and it
Mm-hmm.
has tips and tricks, and it has some symptoms and what you can do about them. And it's also for the loved ones of those who are suffering.
All right. There
Yeah.
you have it. There you have it, guys. Diana Grippo, author of the book Bipolar Chronicles. We can find it in Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and also on her website. Diana, thank you very much for this interview. I appreciate it, and I
Thank
hope
you.
you had a great time
I
being
did.
featured as
Thank
an author.
you.
Thank you very much, Diana. You have a lovely day.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.